All right. Good
Hey.
evening, everybody. How are you? I am so excited to see everyone today. Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you, I have got to share this news. I'm coming to you on behalf of the Choice Zone, where we are choosing choices. We are making choices that help to transform our lives one choice at a time, making decisions that are beneficial, taking our families back. And part of that is looking at ADHD. Now, I'm not going to go into ADHD. We've done this a little bit before, but what I am going to talk about today is a possible enhancement and remedy to help children. I tell you, I work in the school system, and there are many children on medication right now
Yes.
with patches.
Mhm.
And they're having a hard time functioning,
Mhm.
you know. So I have, oh my goodness, I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourselves just a little bit, so they can know about you and who you are, and then we're gonna let our guest who has a true testimony of CBD with children tell her testimony. So I'm going to let Lauren, can you introduce yourself? I'm so happy to have you here, my sister.
Oh,
Look, these
thank
are
you
my
so
sisters,
much,
y'all.
Tia. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. Yes, my name is Lauren Lewis. I'm from Feeling Healthy Vibes, and we're about enriching our lives, becoming a healthy version of ourselves, positive minds, positive vibes, and just increase energy for total well being. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you. Look, she's a powerhouse, y'all. She's a powerhouse. Okay, okay. I'm talking about business and everything. She just gave you a little snippet, but we're going to have her again, and she's going to tell you the whole thing, or at least some of it. Okay. And I got with us today Francine. Tell us a little bit. Look, my praying sister. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Francine.
Well, hello everyone. I am Francine Williams and I live in Kansas City, Missouri. We all are sisters in wellness. We believe in living healthy and wealthy. And so I have something that is amazing. We have something that is amazing to help people to feel better, feel more energized, and feel more complete without medication. So it's been an awesome 8 to 9 months for me.
Mhm.
It's only been that long, but I feel like it's the way I feel. It feels like it's been forever. I just feel so good since I've been introduced by my sister Lauren to feeling this way. So I'm excited about what natural products can do to help us instead of relying on medication. Now, some people, don't get us wrong, medication is good for you and you stay on it until you can feel better. But
Yes.
we have some things that have naturally helped us to feel better. We just want to inform other people.
Yes. Thank you so much, Francine. That is so good. And this is my first time meeting this dynamic sister, and I done heard already that obviously she can cook. So I'll be going to Indianapolis because y'all know I'm a foodie. So I'm gonna let you go ahead, Sierra. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. My name is Sarah. I live here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I was introduced to wellness by my auntie Francine. I've been in the wellness program since September.
Mhm.
I was introduced to the CBD oil for my son, who is 9. He has ADHD, and it's the most wonderful thing that has ever happened to my family.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't make
Now
me
see,
cry.
I
Oh.
testimony. Hello, you hear me? I'm trying to hold it in right now.
Please. Yeah. My tears
I,
are already welling up because I do know the story, everyone.
oh my good, I cannot wait to hear this story because CBD has been recently. been used and tested with children when it comes to ADHD symptoms and relieving those symptoms. Um, and can you describe, Sierra, your child before the CBD? What would you experience?
Um, y'all watch Chucky the movie?
Oh,
Yes, I've
Yeah.
watched Chucky.
Problem Child. You guys watched both of those?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a long roller coaster. Let's just say that only the strong will survive.
Yeah.
tell him how
Mhm.
old he is here.
He's 9 at the moment. He will be 10 next month.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
Okay. And so what um when you have ADHD, I know that, you can't the child has difficulty paying attention in school. Um and then mixed with was it mixed with hyperactivity?
Yeah.
Okay. And so and at 9, that probably was very difficult when he was in kindergarten and
He was diagnosed at the age of 3.
mhm,
They say that's too early to diagnose a child, but
mhm,
his behavior was so severe that they went ahead and diagnosed him.
mhm,
Wow.
mhm. So when you say severe, give me one example of severity.
He has an older sister. They're a year and 14 days apart. He has an older sister. She was not able to sit in the back seat with him because he will get out his car seat and throw it at her. Yeah. He's
Oh,
also tried to get out the car while in motion.
mhm.
Um,
Mm,
Now
I
that had to be scary.
I didn't know how to do the child lock on the door at the time, so I had to like pull over and just cry, and I didn't know what to
Oh,
do,
Mm.
so I
wow.
called somebody and I just stayed there, and they came to do it for me. Um, he
Wow.
yeah,
Yes.
2 years
that's
ago,
scary.
yeah, the most severe 2 years ago. He was at
Hmm.
school.
Hmm.
It was a new teacher that was introduced to him, and she didn't know how to deal with his behavior. So he threw a chair and broke her arm.
Wow.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Wow. And then he was 7
He was only in
then.
first grade.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wow.
but
Wow.
because he has an IEP, he can't get suspended for it. He can't that they can't sue me for it. So as
Wow.
long as a child has ADHD and they have that IEP in place, it will guide them throughout the school.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the thing about it is what comes with this is sometimes the stigmatism going from teacher to teacher year after year. And they don't really hear that the parent is trying to do everything that she could possibly do to help.
Hmm.
And not knowing, you know, did they try any other medicines with him?
He's been on so many medications. I actually had to stop the medications. Well, he actually came to me about 2 years ago. Now it's been 2 years. No, a year and a half. He's like, "Mommy, I don't want to take my medication no more." I'm like, "Okay,
Mm.
but you got to do mommy a favor. You have to learn how to control your behavior while in school. I can work with you at home, but at school you have to work with me."
Mm-hmm.
He did it. It wasn't as severe, but he had his moments and days where he would act out.
Mhm.
I wouldn't force the medication on him. Why? Now my son is stuck with severe stuttering.
Mm,
Wow.
because of
Oh,
the medication. Okay. Well, you know what? We know that God can
Ooh,
turn things around. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
yes.
We're going to continue to lift him up in that area. I want you to tell us Francine, you introduced that CBD oil, or, Lauren, you guys jump in at any point. Talk about what you introduced to Sierra.
Well, I found out that not just Sierra, but her sister and her cousin's child both have ADHD. But when I thought about it, I knew what CBD could do because I introduced it to my sister who has restless legs. She can't sleep good at night. And so it really started helping her. And then as much as me and Lauren talked about it,
Mhm.
I said, let me just introduce it to them to see if it would help Sierra. Sierra was the only one that actually took hold of it and said, hey, Auntie, I'm doing this. And she
Mhm.
jumped right on it. And
So good. So
oh my
good.
gosh, I was so excited for her because not only did she just jump on it for the CBD oil, she was interested in a lot of our products that we have because they are all natural and they would help her in her reproductive system because she wanted to have another child because she had lost a child. So she was interested in our vitamins. And so she wanted to do whatever she could because she's in the medical field now. She's got her nursing degree. She's doing her thing. So
Okay.
she wanted to do something natural to help her body to line up the way God had designed it to help her to do what she needs to do. And once I found out that, that CBD would be good for her son, she bought it immediately and she
Mhm.
tried it. I'm gonna let her tell you what happened, but she also introduced it to her sister. She let her sister's son try it. So I'll let her tell you about it. But she took off with it. I mean, she was serious about it. And she's really a powerhouse. I'm just waiting on her. She's coming.
Wow. Oh,
She's
that is
coming in.
amazing.
Oh, she's coming.
Amazing.
She's got a natural nick for this. I mean, wherever she goes, she's telling people, hey, my auntie has this. If y'all want to do this, if you want to get healthy, you need I said, Sierra, you can do this. You have the ability to do this. This is your business. You can do it. Just like Lauren encouraged me, I encourage her. So I'm waiting on her because she's into health. She's
Yes.
into health and she understands the importance of doing something naturally. And the way she did it, and then she gave it to her sister child. What does Prince have, Sierra? He's
Uh,
diagnosed also.
he has multiple ones. I honestly can't think right now off the top of my
Hmm.
head.
That's
Um,
her nephew.
Mm-hmm.
it is my nephew. Um,
Hmm.
I can't think of it
I
right
can't think of it either, but Sierra will attest to you that it also helped her son. But you got to hear what happened to her son. Oh my goodness.
I can't wait.
Tell your story, Sierra.
Please,
Stories
Share,
here,
please.
because
please.
we can't wait, because
Mhm.
we know that CBD has been known to help reduce
Yeah.
inflammation, help with the immune system, reduce
Mhm.
pain, of course, and improving antipsychotic. It has antipsychotic effects, providing antipsychotic effects. So anybody who's really dealing with a mental illness, I can't
Highly,
say because, but
highly,
I would highly suggest
highly suggest.
that
Hmm.
you may want to try a little CBD. Even for depression, I have heard good news regarding CBD oil,
And
reducing,
anxiety, because
reducing, yeah.
anxiety. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
it does.
right.
It
Mm-hmm.
definitely has a calming effect, especially
It
even
does.
with people, definitely with the insomnia to slow the body down. So it just
Yeah.
automatically has a natural calming effect and it's very gradual. It's not like it's something that hits you and you just, fall asleep, but it's just a naturally relaxing type of feeling, which people can get used to, but it's not psychoactive.
Hmm.
Right.
So that's what's really important because that's what a lot of people are afraid of. And it's hemp. It's not, THC level. So it's from the stalks and the stems. So it's sativa. So it has a kind of sedating, like you're
Yeah.
just calm
Like
and
a
just
natural.
natural. Absolutely. So that's one of the benefits, I think, to helping people when they use CBD.
That is so good. That is so good. So,
Yes, it is.
and so anxiety and seizures. I've heard a lot of good news
Mm-hmm.
regarding seizures. So, Sierra, we can't wait any longer, girl. You got to
Yes, share
tell
the
us
story.
the
Share the
story.
story.
Tell us the story.
Going
Share,
to start
share.
kindergarten. Can I start from kindergarten?
You
Because he's
can.
Okay.
kindergarten was very rough for him. He wasn't ready. He was at preschool level.
Mm,
He got kicked out because of his behavior. They couldn't deal with him. I was leaving work every day,
mm,
and he had to go to work with me because daycare couldn't deal with him.
Wow.
So he
wow.
went to work with me, and it was like a gamble with that because he would
Mhm,
take off running, and I'm at work, and they're coming and saying stuff to me like, "Hey, you got to keep your son in this area, or you got to clock out and go home." So it's a lot that I took
Wow.
on as a mother. So when he got to first grade, he was on half a days.
mm,
How can I work, pick him up, bring him back to work? So he was
wow.
only allowed to go to school for 3 hours. And I'm
Wow.
like, what is that teaching my son?
Yeah.
Like, you guys are here to teach these kids, but I feel like you're neglecting my child.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Second grade comes around, he's still on half a days. I'm like,
Wow.
hey, when are you guys get my son back full time? He has to learn how to control his behavior. I'm like, he's on medicine. That's not
Hmm.
controllable enough.
Hmm.
At this time, I was in school. I'm getting phone calls. I'm having to step out of class. I have to explain to the school, like, hey, this is my job at the moment. I
Mm-hmm.
said I had to basically stop working to go get another education.
Mm,
That way
yeah.
I can still juggle with my son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, a lot of mothers would give up. I got a phone call. I had to leave. My son had destroyed the classroom
Mm,
like a tornado had hit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Um, they told me that I needed to take him to go get evaluated, not knowing it was a hospital, not knowing that whatever my son tells them is going to go against him.
yeah.
Um,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
he was admitted. Uh, Indianapolis did not have any beds for my son. None.
Wow.
Not Riley. Nobody. They wanted to put my son in an adult psychiatric facility. I'm like,
Oh.
no, my son will not go and be the only child in an adult facility to get
Mm-hmm.
evaluated. Guess where my son ended up having to go? Not in Indianapolis. He had to go to Terre Haute.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That far away from
Yeah.
his mother.
Mm.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
Girl, take a breath. That's a lot.
Right. That's a lot.
How far away from that for our viewers? How far away is that from you?
um,
It's an hour.
Okay.
it don't matter the distance. You can't.
Yeah. And so they kept him inpatient.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
That's unheard of.
Can't visit.
Wow. Couldn't even
Oh,
visit.
no.
Oh, girl, now you
Now, and
don't. Mm.
and that would have to make him so nervous to not be around anybody that he knows in a new environment and not doing well and in confusion.
Hold
Yes.
on.
That's a lot.
And without his mother.
Hold on.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that part. We was only allowed a 5 minute one time conversation while he was there. One phone call a day for 5 minutes.
And how old was he? 5?
No, six. I'm sorry, six.
Still too young.
Is my son in prison?
That's a whole nother conversation, girl. Don't get me
Okay.
started on that. Don't get me started on the pipeline, okay? I'm
Okay.
not going to go there today, but they got that pipeline going in.
Every
It's,
direction.
yeah,
Mhm.
and that's why we have to have the conversations
Uh,
so that we can stop it.
yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
I picked up my son. I'm like, where's his shoes? They're not allowed to wear shoes.
What?
No.
They're not allowed to wear shoes. Um, yeah,
Mm-mm.
they're in a room where him and another boy. So at this point, it's prison.
Yeah, it is.
It's a kid's prison.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
So for anybody that has a child with ADHD and they tell you go get your child evaluated, please don't, because
Wow.
they're locked. I feel like he was in prison at a young age, and adult prison. My son would never. I will
Yeah.
keep my son out the streets as long as I'm breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let's fast forward.
Let's get to the good stuff.
I was introduced to CBD oil. Um, I gave it to my son one time. One time. He got it on a Sunday to go back to school that Monday. My son has been coming home every day since November.
November. Mm-hmm.
Since November.
Thanksgiving time. Mm-hmm.
101%. The principal called me. Thought my son was about to get expelled.
You just waiting.
When the principal calls, I just want to call you to let you know that your son has been doing phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Girl.
Yes.
He's in class all day. He's able to sit and learn. Okay, so my son doesn't get letter grades because of his disability.
Mm-hmm.
He has, Auntie, what did I text you? He has 3 letter grades. He has 2 A's and a C.
Okay.
He just
Wow.
started
Never.
getting letter grades in January. My son just learned how to read on
Oh,
first grade level because he's in 3rd grade. He's still behind.
mhm.
1st grade level back in December.
Wow.
From 1 month
Wow.
of CBD oil, people.
Woo! And you know,
One,
this is
he
phenomenal.
didn't even have it a 1 month. She gave it to him one time. But this is the thing that blew me away about she said she gave it to him one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came and asked her for it. You forgot about that part, CC. The little boy, go ahead. Go ahead. You tell it. Go ahead.
So when the CBD came in the mail and I got it, I'm like, son, we got to try. We got to try this.
Mhm.
Mommy's going to try it first.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll
Yes.
let you try it. The taste is unbearable, but I had something to drink.
Yeah.
But I did not make a face in front of him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta fake it, girl. You gotta
She
fake
had
it.
So
to fake it because she was struggling.
I showed him what I did, and he did it right behind me. The
Mhm.
next day, he comes, Mommy, can I take this? I don't have the bottle, but this is the bottle right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mhm.
Mommy, can I get some more? It's right there. Show it again, Auntie.
That's
It's,
right.
as long as he's wanting to take it on his own, I don't have a problem with it
And then,
because
okay.
he knows that it's working for him.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm not
Wow.
him to do
Yes.
anything he doesn't
He
want
can
to do.
feel the difference. He can feel the way his body feels. He can
Normal.
recognize because we can't determine how he feels, and that's probably a lot of his frustration because nobody could relate to how he was feeling. And then, not to mention, you probably had people who didn't know how to react or to deal with what he was feeling. So it created frustration for him. So
Yes.
he's smart enough
Yes.
to know, like, now my body feels better. That's
Different.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes. taking ADHD medication, a child can feel their body transitioning into something that they don't like.
Wow.
Sleepiness,
Yes.
more energy,
More.
crying, depressed. They don't know how to express their emotions with ADHD medications because
Mm-hmm.
there's so many different side effects. But with hemp oil, he's himself. Honey, I forgot my.
And what are the side effects to the CBD oil?
Can I say this, Sierra? Sierra.
Natural.
Sierra called me the next day. She said, Auntie. I said, what? She know it kind of startled me the way she said. She says, I don't hear nothing in my house. I said, what? She said, Auntie, I don't hear anything in my house.
I
Which
forgot
means,
home. He was in his room. He was in
Girl.
his room being him, but it was quiet.
Girl.
It wasn't stomping, yelling, throwing things.
Yes.
I said, thank you, God. You found
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, God.
Yes,
and
yes,
Yes.
full time.
yes,
That's phenomenal.
Oh, now that's phenomenal.
I cried.
That's
That's
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
I
yes,
the teachers
full time.
waiting on this for 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
My life
Woo,
has been a train wreck. He cried, I cried. He yelled, I yelled. He stumped, I stumped. He throw, I'm throwing.
wow. Yes, yes. Everybody's just upset.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Ooh, girl, I'm Sierra. I am so blessed that you could join us today. And oh
Yes.
my goodness, I didn't want to keep y'all long. I just wanted to make sure we got this out because
Yes,
we got to take our families back.
yes.
And we got to
Naturally.
heal. We have to heal naturally, right?
Hmm.
And
Yes,
all of us are on a natural path of healing
yes.
and looking good and looking healthy. And look, all y'all looking good now. All y'all,
Oh,
hey,
thank
hey,
you. So are you.
Hey,
So are you.
thank
Are you?
you. Y'all looking good and healthy. But you know what's even more phenomenal, like Sierra said, we feel good.
Mm.
Yes.
We feel good. And I just want to say thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your testimony. Thank God for your son. Y'all get that CBD. Okay.
Yes.
Get in touch with us, DM
I have
us.
my
Y'all know
CBD.
what to do. Yes,
I have
yes,
my
Yes.
CBD.
Me
I
yes.
too.
got
Yes.
mine. You better get
Wait,
yours.
wait,
Better
and
get yours.
I'm getting ready to take mine and go to bed soon. We'll have to do
Okay.
this again. I
Thank you
love
so
you.
much.
Mwah.
Awesome.
Appreciate the
Mwah.
choice, Dawn. Thank you so much for having me. It's a
Yes.
pleasure. I appreciate all the work you're doing in the community to help
Yes.
people. Tia, you are phenomenal. I'm telling
Awesome.
Thank
you,
you.
such an inspiration. And thank you for
Powerhouse
sharing and
too.
inviting.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so much.
guys. Thank
Love
you
you
guys.
all.
Love you. You
Have a
guys
good
have a
night.
Bye.
wonderful day.
you too.
Okay. Bye
Oh,
bye.
a wonderful night. Okay.
Night.
All right.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.